Hey, how's it going? I'm Josh from JFblades. I make handmade knives in a little tiny shop in California. And me and my buddy Derek on the camera, we're making a video today kind of showing my knives and philosophy of use and a couple things that I just wanted to show off about them. First off, here's the blade, the test subject. It's just a ugly looking piece right now. It's not finished or anything like that. I put a quick grind on it, but just for testing purposes, it won't really matter. Wrapped it in a quick little grip. And what I'm going to be doing today is a couple real world tests and then a couple destruction type tests that you probably wouldn't do in a real situation. So I guess first we'll do the old paper cut just to show it's sharp. It's got an edge on it. So you can see it's sharp. I'm going to take this stick here, just do a little carving. Now, none of this is for to actually test crazy edge holding or any toughness or anything like that. It's just kind of showing how efficiently the knife works due to the grind and everything. Guess I should mention before I get too far, this is 1/8 inch thick A2 tool steel. I keep it up around 60 to 61 Rockwell. I do thinner blades, 1/8 inch, because they're more than strong enough and they cut more efficiently than a thick stock blade. A lot of that has to do with geometry of the edge too, but in general a thinner blade will cut better. So simple test, simply cutting some cord. I'll cut 2 pieces here. Okay. Then we're going to lay it down here. And if you have good edge geometry and a sharp edge, you should be able to go right through this, which it did, no problem. That's 4 pieces of cord. Do it again. Popped all those cord just like that. More of a, this isn't really designed, but this is about a 3.5 inch blade. Kitchen duty kind of thing here. This is an outdoor all around. This is called my Hybrid 2.0, by the way. And this is an old tomato I just pulled out of the garden. I'm gonna do a little slicing. A little short for this task, but I just want to show, you know, it can, if you're in camp or whatever, you can make quick work of whatever you're doing. I guess we'll get back to that. We'll do a little more of an abrasive test now. Cardboard. Everybody knows it's pretty abrasive. It can do both dull your edge and sharpen your edge at the same time. So we'll just cut up a little cardboard. Derek can clean this up later. So you can see it's doing that with no problems. Run out of cardboard here. Alright. Now, one that a lot of people get confused by is a fire steel. If you're not familiar with that, you can Google it. It's a ferrocerium rod, and it's a mixture of metals that are ferrous, can't say that. And it's, you scrape it, and it creates very hot sparks that will ignite tinder. And a lot of people get confused that on what kind of materials you need to make it work. And what you actually need is a sharp edge, and just about anything with a real sharp edge will work. And I just wanted to show that today. I'll try to get close for you guys. I leave a 90-degree sharp spine on the back of my knives, A lot of people take this off. I don't. I leave it sharp because there's a lot of uses to a 90-degree sharp spine. So this is it. Don't know if you guys can see that. So it takes globs off there. It makes no difference whether this was A2 tool steel, a piece of glass, or a piece of stainless. It doesn't matter. Sharp edge is what matters on striking a fire steel. So I just wanted to show that. Now we're going to get into a little bit more of what I would consider a kind of a camp task for a larger knife, but you can do this no problem in a pinch. My knives, I am okay with people batoning with them. I just feel like you should just be smart with your tools. If you were in a survival situation, batoning is one of those things where if you don't have to do it, then why do it? Why risk wrecking your only cutting tool? Unless you had to do it, and my tools can do it, so I just want to show this. This is a piece of oak, and it's seasoned. It's very hard stuff, and I'm going to try to go through it straight, but it's pretty twisted up and knotty. Stand up. Yeah, some hard stuff. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I am beating on that tip. And this tip is actually thinner because I put a fun little swedge grind on it, which I don't normally do. 1/8 inch stock. That's tight. See if I can get that back down through that a second. Yeah, sorry about that. We had a little camera trouble. We're getting all this stuff figured out. So all that happened was I ended up going through that piece, getting off this. Like I said, the stuff's pretty knotty. So I'm gonna do a little cross grain batoning. If you don't know the big deal behind that, it's very destructive on your edge. So this is not something you'd ever want to do for any real reason, but it shows the strength of the edge, the steel. Okay. Back to some sticks to show that it still has an edge. You can see that. Got more than enough edge. Very sharp still. Very sharp. I'm going to take a big cut. Goes right through it. Alright. Go back to our tomato. Looks like it works to me. And we'll see just how fine the edge retention stayed. You can see that. trying to see how it got any nicks in it. It doesn't appear that it did. It's still plenty straight. So that was a quick video just showing the strength and edge holding and all that kind of stuff for both real world and destructive kind of tests for my knives. All my knives are available at JFblades.com if you're interested, and maybe I'll be back with some more videos. Thanks a lot.